Greetings, welcome. Hopefully everybody has the link. I see people are still coming into Zoom. So I was buying some time for a moment for people to come in. I'm Campson the Oracle, and I am the founder of New Verse Live, which used to be Remnants Gathering. Tonight, I'm going to be discussing the dream interpretations and how you can interpret your own dreams. I wanted to simplify this process. I've been doing this over 20 years. I do dream interpretations for my clients, myself, my friends, my family. And my interpretations are they have been 100% accurate. So a little backstory about me before I get into this. I'm streaming this live on TikTok and YouTube and through our website, through our Zoom, because I know that most healings are happening while we are sleeping. With the manipulation of the technosphere and because of Pluto being in Aquarius and that energy of technology, a lot of us have a hard time being grounded, being centered, and being able to hear when our I Divine Self is speaking to us, when our ancestors are guiding us, when our spirit guides are trying to show us things, lead us. So we are familiar with synchronicities. This is when you see the numbers. This is when you see the animal and it reminds you of something. Or maybe an insect. For me, it's dragonflies and butterflies. So as we are going deeper into this relationship that we have developed with technology, there are pros and cons to everything. And some of the pros are we can connect this way, because without this, we probably wouldn't even be here together, right? The con of this is using this technology does decrease our ability to pick up spiritual transmissions. So this is why we are seeing a huge burst of people who are doing readings, people who are using tarot cards, doing astrology, people who are doing some shit that I don't even know what to call it. I'm one of them people, right? We just jumping out here. We got gifts and we like all the weirdos. It's like, yeah, I'm a fucking weirdo and I'm letting my weirdo flag fly because I'm different and I'm unique and this is what I do. People are coming up with new ways to do yoga. People are coming up with new ways to eat. We were vegetarian. Now we're intuitive eaters. I eat what my spirit communication throughout body scanning tells me what I need. My dreams guide me in many of these things. So since the beginning of Remnants Gathering, which used to be New Verse Live, started with my dreams, what better masterclass to do? So I kept asking people, what would you like for me to teach you and show you? So as we get into this class, for those of you who may be watching this on another platform, you will not receive the free ebook on creating crystal grids, which has over 20,000 words. I really took my time and categorized every crystal grid I had ever made, went through my book of shadows to go back and pull every impact that the grid had. I put all of that in this ebook. So if you're watching this through the free version of this, you will not receive that free ebook. If you would like to get that ebook, you can still purchase tickets to this event at newverselive.com. For those of you who did purchase your tickets, you receive the free ebook, and you're also going to receive my Lucid Crown Chakra pancake recipe. I know that sounds like a lot, and it is, but it works, okay? And so I posted live while me and Ernest were making that. We combine our divine masculine and feminine energies together with some high vibe music. We set up our crystal grid. I charge everything before I cook, and then I cook with that energy. So when you eat it, you're literally eating that energy. So you're also going to get that for those of you who purchase a ticket to the event. We're also going to be giving you 30% off for today only to receive your leather dream journal, just like this, okay? You're going to get 30% off for this. You're going to get, oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much. I sure needed some smoke.
Oh, okay.
You're going to get 30% off of this. This is powerful to use because if you're dreaming and you have a difficult time remembering what you dream, by writing down the feeling in this book, you have to treat what comes through you like it's big pyramid shit. And if you new here, when I say that, I mean you treat what comes through you like it fucking matters. If you don't treat yourself and anything that is an extension of your existence like it matters, people, places, and things will be a vibrational match for treating you like shit don't matter. And that lesson is a law of attraction lesson, but it was learned from me going into surgery, and I wasn't in alignment, and it was a botched surgery. I wasn't treating myself like I mattered. All that week I was struggling with low value, inferiority, you know, the inferior ego. I had a lot of shit going on, went into surgery and had a botched surgery. So, you know, it might not be as extreme as that, but it could just be simple things like you don't get a job, or you keep attracting the same type of people who are emotionally unavailable and not willing to do the work with you. So by treating your dreams like they matter, your waking life begins to shift vibrationally to match you treating yourself like it matters. So the first thing is using a dream journal. The next thing is we have the crystal pyramids. These crystal pyramids are also on sale. This one isn't the organite, but the ones that we have special for everybody who purchased a ticket is specifically an organite crystal pyramid, and I teach you how to use it in the Crystal Grid book. Okay? We also have Four Winds Herbal Smokes. Before I get into it, I want to tell you everything that we got for you. We got Four Wind Herbal Smokes, and those herbal smokes have herbs in it that help your lungs to be healthy. The deeper we can breathe, the more regulated our nervous system is, the more grounded we become. So this is a combination of coltsfoot, mullein. For those of you, I'm a certified herbalist. I'm obsessed with herbs. Anything that comes from the earth that heals us. I have this obsession with learning continually. So this particular Four Winds is an ancient herbal blend. It's not new. And so this could also help if you happen to have had this viral thing going around. If you happen to have, maybe you grew up around people who smoke. I grew up around people who smoke Newports and Cools. And yeah, we was riding in a 1982 station wagon with the heat on blast. So like my lungs, they was fucked up before I had an opportunity to fuck them up. Maybe it's that, I don't know. But whatever it is, these herbs help with that. So that is on sale as well, 30% off. I went all the way out for this, y'all. I'm just going to keep going with more and more shit because this was really, really, really something from my heart. And I don't want to do anything unless it's from my heart. If I'm not inspired, I don't even want to touch it, right? So that's what this is. And yes, this is the amount that you will get. You will get all of this, okay? So I'm not telling y'all to smoke if you don't smoke. You know, somebody told us that we're not supposed to. I don't know why, it's just herbs. But that helps you also to lucid dream. Meaning it helps you to wake up in your dreams. Tell my other mini-me's I'm on live. It helps you to wake up in your dreams. It helps you to relax as well. Because a lot of us hold grief in our lungs. So if there's something throughout your life that you didn't grieve about, your lungs will let you know. If you find yourself taking shallow breaths throughout the day, if you have a tendency to go to 0 to 60s when you trigger and you get like angry real quick, 9 times out of 10, you're shallow breathing. You're breathing here from the chest, not consciously from the belly to calm the nervous system. So when the nervous system is not balanced, it is difficult for spirit to communicate to you because spirit communicates not just through the third eye, but through the nervous system as well. So that's why we added these herbs. We also have the Labradorite. The Labradorite crystal is a crystal connected with the star system Sirius. The star system Sirius is a star system that a lot of us starseeds come from now. And the Dogon tribe of Africa also talked about the star system Sirius along with ancient Kemet and so many other indigenous cultures. So, you know, if you're not new to New Verse, you know, like we were seeded here from different star systems. A lot of us resonate with that. We did a whole star system meditation, initiation, quantum timeline jumping. All of that is on Patreon, and you can still access that. So the labradorite crystal helps to connect you with cosmic energy. So with the connection of the cosmic energy and the connection of the amethyst energy, the amethyst helps you to travel the spirit plane safely. The amethyst helps you to relax. I deal with anxiety, so I use the amethyst to help with the anxiety. Labradorite also helps with anxiety. These crystals also reduce the amount of negative energy that surrounds you while you are sleeping. So when we sleep, we're leaving our body. We're traveling. We're able to go anywhere, and we're not bound by time and space, which is why you could dream about something that happened at a house you lived in when you was 3. You could dream about something that hadn't even occurred yet. So these things happen because we're not bound by time and space. The astral body and the etheric body are the spiritual anatomy that allows us to leave the body when we're sleeping. For those of us who are on this spiritual journey and are awakening, you're like a moth to a flame. And vice versa. And so what happens is once you become more conscious and aware, more spirits in the spiritual planes also become aware of you. So, you know, if you're dreaming more, whether you remember it or not, and you wake up with a feeling, you wake up and your heart beating fast, you wake up and you sweating, you wake up and you horny as hell, you wake up and you having this feeling like I need to call and check on my friend because I don't know what I dreamed, but I just feel like I need to check on them. Like, those things are important, and you want to have the tools to help you with that. So I know we're excited, we're in the age of Aquarius and a lot of things are happening, but tools help you to be safe. And tools help you to leverage your own spiritual gifts. So all of that is available. We also have dream catchers using the Eye of Horus, which is an ancient symbol that's what I have on my ring here. It's an ancient symbol that removes away also these energies that make your experience denser than it has to be. Anything that is not serving you, this symbol alone removes that energy from around you. So the dream catcher, which has 7 feathers connected to it, it's all white. White is a great color for also emitting white light around you. That's on sale, 30% off. You can get that. You can hang it by the bed, over the bed. I like to charge mine in the moonlight and hang it near the window, but we're going to talk about it and get into it. That's not all. We got other stuff available. You just got to go and check out the store and see what's on there and get what you like, okay? So we're going to get into this, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So welcome, everybody. Did I miss anything? No? Okay. Thank you. Okay. All right. I think somebody else just came in. Can you let them in? Zoom. Okay. So hopefully y'all see everything on your end. For those of you who are watching the free version, you can just listen to me talk and teach this class. We're going to be going over understanding your dreams, being able to interpret your dreams. Okay, thank you. Everything looks good. Okay, awesome. In this presentation, I'll be going over what are dreams, why do we dream, the top herbs to use for dreams, the top crystals to use for your dreams, how to make your dream grid to help capture your dreams and remember them, how to stop nightmares, the role the third eye plays in dreams, and how to interpret and recall them using your intuitive feeling body, and also how to use dreams to manifest your best life. So that's what you're going to be learning. Now, explaining, let me get a little closer to y'all. Can we get a little more intimate? So explaining dreams, it was a difficult concept when I was trying to do it in a way where no matter if people were beginners or not, I could explain it easily. So I broke it down as much as I could to simplify it. Based on scientific research, Dreams are a series of thoughts, images, and symbols from the subconscious mind, sensations that occur during sleep. They can portray a range of emotions and experiences, from exciting to terrifying, and can be influenced by our experiences, our thoughts, and of course, our subconscious mind. There isn't one definitive answer as to why we dream, but there are several theories. One of the most widely anticipated ideas is that dreams are a byproduct of our brain processing and consolidating memories from the day, also this life and past lives. Dreams may also help process emotions, problem solve, and prepare us for real life situations. Additionally, dreams may be a way for our brain to deal with unresolved conflicts, fears, or desires. So as you can see, dreams are one of the most important things for any soul awakening to this human experience, being for the purpose of evolving and learning. And a lot of times the trauma that we experienced when we were younger, when we were kids, or even in the womb and past lives, it's still playing out in dreams. So remember, dreams are not a part of the 3D matrix. Dreams are more so 4-dimensional, meaning that they're astral. Astral represents the thought plane. So there are things that I've dreamed about before it happened. And that's because in the astral realm, time doesn't move the way it does in 3D. So I was able to see events of the future to use it to navigate throughout my own spiritual awakening, which is why I started uploading them to YouTube in 2006. And the pandemic, 9/11, the death of a lot of celebrities, I saw it before it happened. And Kobe, Chadwick Boseman, Prince is all on my YouTube, where they will come to me and communicate something to me that was important before they transition. So dreams are really significant because you can actually navigate your healing journey using your dreams. A lot of us don't have time to do a lot of the things that we know will help us. Time is moving faster. You feel a constant need to get shit done. Everybody got a checklist. Everybody got tasks to do. Everybody got somebody to love to take care of. Everybody have dreams and things that they want to accomplish, right? We're becoming more aware of things that we didn't notice before, like our body, our physical body. It may need more exercise. It may need more nutritious food. So the more that you learn on the journey of spiritual awakening, the more wisdom is required for you to be able to navigate it all without burnout and without being overwhelmed. So here are herbs to help, because one of the number one things that clients tell me is I have a difficult time remembering my dreams, or I can remember them, but I'm trying to wake up in my dreams and it's not happening. It seems like no matter how hard I try, I can't do it. So I'm going to give you the top herbs that I use in tea form or smoke form, and also spiritual baths. You want to boil the herbs first. If you're going to use them for a spiritual bath, boil them first. Pray over them first, okay? Call on Mama Earth, call on the ancestors, call on your spirit guides first. I like to pray in all 4 directions. Then I put them in a pot. I simmer them for about 10 minutes, and then I add them to my spiritual bath. Take a shower before you get in the spiritual bath to wash off whatever you have picked up throughout the day, night, or whatever time you're doing it. And then you take your spiritual bath, so you can use these herbs in either of those ways. Now, there are several herbs that I believe to help promote dreams, and these include mugwort. This herb is often used for lucid dreaming and is said to enhance dream recall. The second top herb is valerian root. This herb is known for its calming effects, and it can help with relaxation before sleep, which may lead to more vivid dreams. Number 3 is chamomile. This herb is known for its calming effects, and it can promote a state of relaxation that may lead to more lucid dreams. Number 4, and I know some of these people are familiar with, but when you combine them as well, you get a more potent dream elixir. Number 4 is lavender. This herb is known for its calming effects and may promote deeper sleep, which can lead to more vivid dreams. And number 5, passion flower. This herb is known for its sedative qualities and may help reduce stress and anxiety, which can lead to more peaceful sleep and vivid dreams. So those are the top 5. The one that I didn't put on here, number 6, that I've been working with for about 6 years is Blue Lotus. Blue Lotus is in all of the potions that I make, all of the aromatherapy potions that I make, all of the elixirs that I make. The Let's Get Lucid elixir sold out. I'm not sure when we're going to bring it back, but we will. But if we have anything left over, go ahead and get it now, because I'm not going to be making any more of those for a while, because that is a 3 full moon process of making them. And this is going to be my last masterclass for a while. I'm going to take a break. But Blue Lotus combined with these is next level. Again, if you use the 4 winds, next level. Okay? So if you've been having a difficult time relaxing, a difficult time recalling your dreams, a difficult time seeing colors. Some people tell me they dream in black and white. And, so a black and white dream can sometimes be letting you know that your pineal gland is calcified. A black and white dream could also represent you see the world in black and white. So everything is good or bad for you, and there's never in between, which is really common for people who experience trauma. So those are some of the reasons that some people dream in black and white. I have always dreamed in color. I never dreamed in black and white, but these herbs can also help your dreams to be more vivid and more colorful as well. Let me know if I'm going too fast, y'all, okay? Now,
finally got in, Cam.
So this, okay, Ashe. Now, the top crystals, glad you in. The top crystals for inducing these dreams, of course, amethyst. Number 1 for me is amethyst. All right. Now, amethyst is my personal favorite, and is believed to support meditation and dreams. It is said to have a calming and clearing energy that can enhance meditation by helping to quiet the mind and access greater states of consciousness. Additionally, amethyst is believed to promote peaceful sleep and lucid dreaming, making it a popular choice for placing under the pillow or wearing as jewelry during sleep. I do both, okay? And the reason I do both, is because your chakras circulate forward and backwards. So the toroidal field of energy that we all have within our body is projecting forwards and backwards. So if you have a crystal and you put it under your pillow, that activates your crown chakra, your third eye chakra, and it also helps to regulate your mind to slow down, to relax, to be less anxious. I like to have them in my hands as well when I'm sleeping, because you have chakras in your hands. The chakras in our hands help us to connect with information from things that we are encountering. Reiki healers, if you notice, one of the main tools other than crystals are using their hands to radiate energy. So the palms of hands are also very powerful. Now, I do wake up and they be under the bed. Let me focus, okay? I wake up and they be under the bed, or I wake up, and so I'm not telling y'all to do this because I didn't got up in the night and stepped on them, and like my relationship with my crystals is kind of complicated like that. I'd be mad, I cuss them out, and I'd be like, damn, babe, I'm sorry, I fell asleep with you in my hand. You know, so sleeping with crystals is super helpful as well. If you have a mala, these are the mala beads, which I use for my mantra chanting. This is an easy way to keep from losing your crystals, because sometimes they roll under a bed or dresser and I don't find them for months. But they always come back. The thing about crystals is crystals are just like any other sentient being of nature. They're of the mineral kingdom. So they hold a lot of wisdom and information. These rocks take hundreds of thousands of years to form. And throughout everything happening on the planet, they absorb that. So these are like microchips with a lot of information, okay? And this is why crystals are programmable. So we also have mala beads just like this on sale, where you can get this and just put it around your neck. You can chant with this before you fall asleep, and that way you don't have to worry about dropping it. So those are some of the ways that you can work with amethyst to help with that as well. My next favorite top crystal is labradorite, okay? Labradorite is believed to have powerful healing and metaphysical properties that can aid in dream work and meditation. Here are some ways labradorite can help. It enhances creativity and intuition. Labradorite is believed to stimulate the third eye chakra, which is responsible for intuition and psychic abilities. Meditating with labradorite can help increase creativity and enhance your ability to visualize. Number 2, for protection from negative energies. Labradorite is said to be a protective stone that can shield you from negative energies and psychic attacks. This can be especially helpful when you are trying to connect with your inner self during dream work or meditation. And inner self is the I divine self, the higher self. In some spiritual systems, this is coined as the Ori. So in every spiritual system, you notice these commonalities. This is where a lot of the communication is happening. Number 3, it gives access to spiritual realms. Labradorite is thought to be a stone that can help you access other realms of consciousness. When used during dream work, it can help you have vivid, meaningful dreams that provide insight into your life and your inner world. So again, this crystal acts as a conduit of cosmic energy. So it's automatically, we're the microcosm of the microcosm. The makeup of a human being is exactly the same as the makeup of a star, right? And so when you work with crystals who have been assigned as guardians to this planet to assist us as guardians on this planet, you amplify your access to other consciousness, other realms. Consciousness is the bridge to other realms. This is why everything in our world was created to do what? Calcify the pineal gland, to cause brain development issues so that we aren't able to make these connections. So this is like a cheat code. Labradorite also has maps engraved inside of it, amethyst as well. You, depending on how open your third eye is, you can see these maps. You can communicate with images of spirit animals and spirit guides within these crystals. So I've had some pretty amazing experience working with these, but you kind of just got to play with it yourself and see what resonates with you, because again, this is about you and your journey. Everybody's journey isn't the same. Number 4, labradorite is great for deep relaxation. It is said to have relaxing and calming properties that can help you to have stress relief and tension relief. This can be especially helpful when you are trying to meditate or visualize, okay? So overall, labradorite can be a powerful tool for meditation and dream work. Again, it helps you to access these higher spiritual planes, and it also helps to weed out energies that do not have the best intention. Let's be real. It's energies and entities around all the time. And some of them we created in our own unconsciousness, in our own trauma. You can say one thing to somebody in unconsciousness in a heated moment and crush their spirit. That's, your tongue is a weapon, right? And so some of the things that are around us is from things that we were saying. And when you go to sleep at night, it attaches to you because you created it, right? And so working with crystals that help to clear out your auric field are extremely helpful as well. And it's beautiful. I mean, just look at that. Like, just look at that. The first time I laid my eyes on Labradorite, I was a Christian. And I was like, damn. Did they say crystals was like evil or something? And I went back to the Old Testament. I looked at the description of the breastplate. And I had a dream about this black man with this huge ass afro. And his afro was so shiny, like how shiny the afro was back in the 70s, like on Soul Train and shit. That afro had stars in it. It was so twinkly and shiny. And I was just so amazed. And he was just like, I came because you had questions. And I was like, yeah, like, I don't want to go to hell. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure this whole earth thing out and find what spiritually resonate with me. And it's something about these crystals that I've been attracted to them since I was a kid. And he showed me a crystal that he had locked in this strange cubed crystal case. And he opened it and let me saw the crystal. And I was obsessed for 2 years after that trying to find that crystal. You remember that? Mm-hmm. And I would spend 6 to 8 hours through the night searching and researching encyclopedias, mineral encyclopedias, trying to find this crystal. It took 2 years for me to find the crystal. And the name of the crystal is Gomead. And Gomead is a very rare crystal. In short, that crystal is actually the crystal that's connected to my nakshatra. The nakshatra is your moon sign in Vedic astrology. So there is a crystal assigned to each position, planetary position of the celestial bodies at the time you were born. So when I went and researched it and found out that that crystal was my soul's frequency within that crystal, based on my moon sign, which is Leo in Vedic astrology, that shit blew my mind. And from that point forward, I was like, we starting a business. I'm going to contact every vendor I can possible. I want to get my hands on these tools and make sure that people get this, because I saw people awakening in 2006. I saw it happening. I saw people having dreams as well. I saw us sitting here doing this right now. And no cap, because it's all on YouTube. I can't lie and make it up. So it is a path of integrity and a path of vulnerability and genuineness that I chose. And this shit is scary. Okay? I quit working for other people in 2006 because I believe so much in what my soul was put here to do. And I hope that I'm inspiring other people as well to follow whatever it is that's resonating with you. I ain't trying to tell y'all quit y'all jobs. I don't be saying Camps told you. I'm just telling you how it went for me and the decisions that I made to get here. But yes, crystals are very powerful and there's nothing evil about them, because the God of the Bible, as he met with Moses to give him the 10 Commandments, he had sapphires falling down by his feet as he walked. And he told the 12 tribes of Israel, this is what led to us becoming Hebrew Israelites, to create a breastplate with a crystal that represented each tribe. Now, those 12 tribes represent the 12 cranial nerves within the brain. I've talked about this on our Patreon and in past podcasts and Metaphysicals Decoding. So yes, the 12 disciples is the 12 cranial nerves in the brain. And it goes on and on from there. But I digress. Let me stay on topic. Just had to tell y'all that story. Now, my third top crystal. All these crystals got a phenomenal ass story in how I came into contact with them in the first place. But the third one is indigo gabbro, also called merlinite. Okay, look at that. Y'all can't tell me, like, just look at that. Oh my goodness. And it's got these indigo flecks inside of it. And indigo is also the color of the third eye. So number 3, indigo gabbro, aka Merlinite. It is believed by many to have several benefits. Emotional balance. Indigo gabbro is thought to have properties that help in balancing emotions and stabilizing mood swings. I know that I'm not the only one that need that. Number 2, spiritual growth and development. It is believed that indigo gabbro can help in spiritual growth and development by enhancing intuition and providing a connection to higher realms. Number 3, stress relief. It is believed to have stress relieving properties that can help in reducing anxiety and promoting relaxation and calmness. Physical healing. It is thought to have healing properties that can help in treating physical conditions such as headaches, digestive problems, and arthritis. I done had all of that. And number 5, this crystal is very powerful in helping to enhance mental clarity, focus, and concentration, thereby improving decision-making abilities. So that crystal is also on sale. It's in the shop. In 2022, during the Lionsgate portal, my crown chakra and third eye like just exploded open, and I could see the atoms within my body. And after that experience, no matter what I did to ground, I was still able to see atoms around me and other people and animals, in the trees, in the clouds. So when we landed on the plane and got back to Memphis, I was like freaking out because I'm like, how am I going to go to the grocery store? Because I couldn't ignore it. It was really hard to ignore. You know what I'm saying? So Ernest took the indigo gabbro and he wrapped it with copper. I don't even remember how we came up with it, but I remember saying, I need something to put on my crown where I can still connect, but I'm protected as well and I can focus. And so if you go back on TikTok and watch some of the earlier videos that we did, you will see that. And I got on it live and I was so grateful. Crown. Yeah, it was a spiral copper crown with the indigo gabbro hanging right here in front of the third eye. And as soon as I put it on, I could focus. And I took a breath and I was like, whew, thank you. I wore that to sleep. And I probably wore it for like a week before I started coming back down into my body fully. But yeah, so indigo gabbro, we've had some experiences and it definitely has helped. Okay, we're going to move on to the next. How to create your crystal grid. Okay, crystal grids are a way to conduct energy in your environment for a specific intention. Okay. Crystal grid is a pattern of crystals placed on a flat surface, typically in a geometric shape, with a specific intention or goal in mind. The crystals work together to amplify energy and manifest the desired outcome. The arrangement is often paired with visualization and intention, setting practices to further enhance its effectiveness. Now, what I like to do is hang my dream catcher in the bedroom that I'll be sleeping in. And I place my crystals in a circle while repeating my intention. I'm going to give a freebie from the book for those of you who are watching this on other platforms. So what you do is you take your quartz crystal, typically a crystal with a point. And as you're speaking your intention, quartz amplifies anything, any intention. So as you're speaking that intention, you are tapping each crystal in your crystal grid. A crystal grid only requires 3 crystals or more. Sometimes when I'm just in a pinch and I just need to create something quickly as possible, I have used 2. but the third was used to program the intention. So that's the way you program the intention. And you can also sit these on top of your dream catcher the exact same way, following the sacred geometry. Charge it, and the dream catcher will hold that intention. For me, because I went through, growing up, I grew up, during the height of the crack epidemic. So, it was a common thing to see people get their head bashed in, see people get shot, to see people get robbed, raped. That was a common thing. And so throughout my life and spiritual awakening, some of those things would come up in dreams. And so I struggled with night terrors, sleep paralysis, and nightmares for a really long time. And so, after 10 years of struggling with those things, I started searching for solutions. And, I have a lot of Native American heritage on both sides of my family. And I remember the dream catcher. In a dream, I'm dreaming and I'm being told to get a dream catcher. And so I've been working with dream catchers ever since then. These tools they can't work against you. So if you don't believe that these tools can help you, it won't help you. But if you believe that these tools can help you, they will. And I did believe. Sometimes you have to work on your ability to trust whatever it is you're working with for it to work for you. And so, I don't have nightmares anymore and night terrors. And even if I dream of some of the things that I have experienced or seen or lived through, whether this life or past lives, I have a different perspective. Because I can lucid dream and astral travel, wake up in my dreams, I can observe it the way I observe my thoughts and myself throughout the day. So I'm detached emotionally from what I'm observing. So I may be seeing the same thing I saw, because y'all know you have some dreams that come back over and over and over again. Those dreams, pay attention to that, okay? If you have a dream and keep coming back, you will definitely want to write that down. And the reason why working with a dream journal is so important is because this is parchment paper. So if you set the intention when you write something in here that you're purging your subconscious mind and you're releasing what no longer serves, once you put it in here and this is bound by leather, it's done. You trust the process, it is done. Now mine has a malachite on it, which helps to make what I put in there invisible, so that others cannot peer into what I'm writing. That's very private to me. But you can also purchase a malachite. And that's not the only crystal that does that. But I'm just saying that to say, again, working with these tools isn't something that's going to replace the ability that you have. These are just extensions and tools to support you. All right, so the stages of sleep cycle. As you know, we go through different stages of sleep cycles when we're sleeping. And there are ways that you can help yourself through these 5 stages to be able to remember your dreams and have deeper healing. The first stage is a light sleep period where breathing and heart rate begins to slow down. The muscles begin to relax. The second stage is characterized by a deeper sleep where the body temperature drops, the brain waves slow down further, and in the third stage, delta waves appear in the brain, and the body moves into a deep sleep. Y'all remember the Delta variant? Okay, that's more so about consciousness and how open we are to external programming and things that stimulate fear. If you want to learn more about that, it's on Patreon, okay? And some of these lectures are also available at newverselive.com, because y'all already know that's not something we can talk about. But the next time you hear lambda, delta, theta, remember Kempson the Oracle told you what that really is, okay? Because we have been living in a sleep state. That's what the Matrix movie is all about, being unconscious, being in a sleep state, being easily programmed. A lot of us have beliefs that were actually inherited. We don't even really know what we believe. A lot of us believe what we was told to believe at an early age, because from the age 1 to 7, just like with sleep cycles, We're like sponges. We're more easy to be programmed. Now, the fourth stage is the deepest sleep stage, where the body is completely relaxed and it's difficult to wake up. The fifth stage is known as rapid eye movement, REM sleep, where the brain is highly active and dreaming occurs. So that fifth stage is very important, okay, for you to get to that deep sleep. Now, there is a project similar to Project Paperclip and Project Looking Glass that makes it difficult for us to sleep deeply. If anybody here watching this has ever had insomnia, wake up and can't go back to sleep, just know that that's spiritual, okay? And all that information that I can't share with you here is in the vault, okay, on Patreon. So this cycle itself repeats throughout the night as we're sleeping, and it usually lasts 90 to 120 minutes, okay? So what you can do, I create meditations. I'm a certified sound healer as well, so I love to use binaurals, crystal sound bowls, shamanic drums, rattles, Tibetan sound bowls to help with this. We have meditations available on YouTube and Patreon, but you want to establish a routine. No more going to sleep watching TV. If you really want to commit to your spiritual journey and healing, stop falling asleep watching TV. That is one of the ways that a lot of us were programmed to believe things that we're not even conscious that we believe. A lot of us expect relationships to play out a certain way because we fell asleep watching The Cosby Show. And our beliefs about relationship came from there. A lot of us have negative beliefs about things from falling asleep watching TV. Falling asleep, listen to the commercials tell you to eat this, drink this, get this, buy this, and you don't even realize it, but you drinking and eating and wearing shit that you was told to drink, eat, and wear because you've been falling asleep to it. And I'm not trying to judge nobody because I definitely did it. It was one time I couldn't go to sleep unless the TV or radio was playing. Can y'all relate to that? Anybody can relate to that? Drop it in the chat. Like, yes, I used to have something playing in the background to go to sleep. I know that was the case for me, especially if you grew up in a house where arguments and shit could break out at any point in time. You just want to drown that shit out, right? So you turn the radio up. Back in the day when we had the tapes and shit, and I record the radio, I'd be like, let me record this. They jamming tonight. I'm going to bump this tonight. Y'all remember that? Some of y'all too young to remember that. But you want to switch it up, okay? I know I got some young folks. Y'all young folks is really like awakening and searching for this information. Like, I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. I'm so proud of y'all because y'all are the future. But replace that with something that's healing to you. It don't have to be my meditations. It could be any meditations, any binaural. I recommend Theta Realms on YouTube, REALMS, because I know I'm country, so I'm going to spell it for you. Theta Realms. Okay, awesome. His binaural beats, shout out. That's my fan right there. What's up, bro? His binaural beats definitely help you to relax and to get more into that sleep state, to be able to recall your dreams, lucid dreams, astral travel, all that good stuff. Number 2, what you want to do before you go to sleep, set an intention. And hold that intention until you relax. Keep thinking about that intention. Every time a thought comes into your mind that is opposite or something different than what you intending, just go back to the intention and think about the intention. Number 3, you want to visualize your third eye glowing, and right as you're falling asleep, tap it. Tap, 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 tap. This activates the pineal gland, also the black dot, which is within the pineal gland that allows us to connect with cosmic consciousness and bring that consciousness down. You want to tap here, and this helps the third eye to awaken, become more activated and active. The third eye potion, Let's Get Lucid, that we have, and the crown chakra potion that we have, you can also put some of that on your fingertips and tap as you're sleeping, and this is going to increase connectivity. I had one person, the first time they did this, emailed me and was just like, I don't know what you put in there, but my anxiety and my panic attacks be so bad sometimes I just can't relax to go to sleep. And as soon as I did it, I was asleep. The next thing I know, it was morning. I was waking up. I had phenomenal dreams. I could recall the dreams. They were so excited. And I love when I get testimonials like that, because that's what gives me the energy to continue doing what I do, because it does take a lot of focus to do this. Working for somebody else, it is easier in some ways because you got somebody else telling you what to do, telling you what the deadlines are. But when you work for yourself, especially doing something spiritual like this, you got to be your own motivator, and you got to be your own boss. You got to be your own, all of that, set your own deadlines, and you have to meet those deadlines. And you have to make sure that you show up every fucking day. You got to show up to serve as your best self. So those testimonials help so much for me to continue doing what I'm doing here. But yeah, so you can use that as well. If you don't have any of the potions that we have, or the elixirs, the teas and the 4 wind smokes that we talked about will also help you with this. Number 4, the next step for lucid dreaming, place your mala beads either around your neck. If you sleep rough, put them under your pillow so you ain't choking yourself, okay? Put them up under your pillow. Speak the intention. Say your prayers. I like to hold mine and say my prayers. I also like to use them 1 bead at a time and do my chants. 1 bead, you roll it with the thumb. Go to the next bead, do your chant this way. You can do your chant, then do your prayer. Put them under your pillow, okay? Number 5, breathe slow belly breaths. Breathe slow belly breaths to slow the mind down, slow down the monkey mind, slow down any of, racing heartbeats that you might be feeling, just to slow down. Sometimes we just need to slow down and become more conscious of the breath. The breath is always the easiest way. It's free, right, for us to ground and get centered. So those are my 5 steps for entering into your dream state. Now you go right down to feeling. What do you do when you wake up for your grand rising? Because when we wake up, we really go to sleep. And when we go to sleep, we really wake up. But, write down the feeling. Don't even worry about if you can't remember what happened. Because sometimes you'll be like, wait a minute, I was riding in the car, and then there was some water. I don't even know how the fuck I got to the water from the car. It don't matter. Just write down the feeling. Write down whatever you remember, but try to ask yourself how you're feeling as soon as you open your eyes, okay? And write that down. Don't judge yourself if you cannot remember. It is fine. It don't matter. Trust and believe your divine self, your ancestors, your spirit guides. They will continue to send you messages until you get the messages that are important for you. The second thing that you want to do is give gratitude for the dream. Be grateful. If you can't remember nothing but the fact that you woke up happy or that you woke up pissed off, just be grateful that I remember how I felt. I remember how I felt, because having gangster gratitude for this process is going to set you up to accumulate more trust between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. It's going to link your consciousness to be more bridged. Gratitude bridges our consciousness. And so you become more intuitive. You trust yourself. You trust the process. You're not putting any resistance in a way. So by having gangster gratitude for whatever you can recall, whatever feeling you remember, it sets you up for the next time to be able to connect more, and it increases synchronicities. So as you are journaling in your journal, you can tap your third eye to recall. If you're having a hard time recalling and feeling like, how was I feeling? Or was it somebody that I saw? Who was that I saw? Go back to tapping the third eye, and this is going to help as well to create synchronicities. Now, the mala beads. I went over this before, and so I'm not going to go into deep detail about this, because this is also all included in the book as well, and the information that you're getting. But I'm going to briefly go over other ways that I use the mala beads other than prayer, mantras, and putting them under the pillow, okay? Remember, consciousness is a bridge to new realities. Personally, I anoint my mala with my sacred fluids to strengthen the intention and block frequencies, situations, and opportunities that aren't aligned with my highest purpose. All opportunities aren't meant to become your path. because you will get more distractions when you start doing this work. You want to stay focused. Even in your dreams, you'll be getting distractions. You will be fixated on this one thing that happened in a dream, and it's a distraction. Like, spiritual warfare is not just in 3D. It's, you know, it's in 4D as well. Even more 4D than 3D, because it's not solid. So it's not bound. It's not having to materialize to interact with us. This is the interference. So by using your own fluids, you're putting your genetic signature on your mala beads. Any fluids work fine, okay? Just pick and choose whatever fluids you would like to use. We're not going to get into that right now because this is not the Sex Magic Masterclass. And there is one on the way. But right now, just choose whatever fluid resonates with you. It could be blood. It could be saliva. It could be sweat. And the list goes on and on. That holds your genetic signature. And your genetic signature acts as an antenna to communicate across dimensions, okay? This is also how your ancestors, they already know who you are. But when you start doing this work, you're like communicating with the land the way that we used to, right? And you're in oneness with the land. Ladies, for those of you who work with your blood, it's so powerful to work with your blood. And what you do is it just takes a small little dab and some water. You pray over it, and you can run it across your mala beads, okay? And by doing this, you are enhancing the essence of you as well. So your auric field will push out anything that does not belong. Anything, even your beliefs that's not you and not beneficial for you while you're sleeping, that's going to clear that out away from you. You wake up with more clarity about who you want to be, where you're going, who you don't want to be, what you desire, what your dream job is, like whatever. The person, the twin flame you want to attract, all of that can be accomplished like this. So, another thing that you can do is use a dream interpretation dictionary, okay? But make sure that you're still using your intuition, because everything in there might not be what it was for you. Your dream may hold a symbolic significance that isn't in the dictionary. The dictionary only acts as a catalyst, opening the mind to the possibility of what you are being shown. So keep that in mind. Somebody told me that AI chat will also interpret your dreams for you. Listen to your intuition. If it resonates, do what resonates. I'm not here to tell you what to do and what not do. But for me, I like to look at a dream interpretation dictionary and then see what feels resonant to me. Now, we went over remembering dreams, so I'm not going to go over that. But what I am going to do is go over some of the common recurring dreams that a lot of people have. Dreams about your teeth. At least 5% of the population have had recurring dreams about your teeth. Have anybody ever had dreams about their teeth? I think my first one was a dream that my teeth was falling out in the sink. I was looking in the mirror in the sink, and I started messing with my tooth, and it was loose. It was bleeding, and it fell out in the sink. I freaked the fuck out. I woke up. I was like, no, 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 no. I didn't even know there was a fear for me. But that triggered me so much. So dreams of teeth falling out. Has anybody ever had that dream before? If you have, it usually means that something that you have relied upon may no longer be reliable. So it's not always pointing to your teeth. Teeth represent something that we use to eat food, which we rely upon. Maybe a tool that you've been relying on is no longer reliable. So that's one of the interpretations of teeth falling out. The next common one is a dream that you are falling. In the chat, y'all let us know. Have y'all ever had a dream that y'all was falling? I used to dream that so much to where I started saying, I need to grow some fucking wings. Because this starts my day off like in a way that I'm not feeling this. And I set the intention to grow wings. And when I finally started flying in my dreams, I couldn't wait to post it on YouTube. I was like, y'all, I was flying. I was so excited. Have y'all ever dreamed that y'all was flying or falling in your dreams?
Yes.
That's proof that you are not bound by this physical body. This is all just an illusion. This is all just a vehicle that we chose to have this experience, right? Once you practice this enough using these techniques, you can fly to where you want to fly to, right? And people would say, well, if you've fallen and you don't wake up before you stop falling, you go die. Have anybody else ever heard that? Like if you don't stop falling, you go die. You need to wake up. That scared the hell out of me. It ain't happened. So I don't know if it's true or not, but it ain't never happened. Okay, the other common recurring dream is dreaming that you're naked. I had this dream one time, junior high school, went to school, looked down, I'm standing in front of my locker, and I'm naked. Like, what the hell? Well, that usually symbolizes an area of your life where you felt vulnerable. I got bullied a lot when I was younger. So dreaming that I'm naked is like, I don't have anything to protect me. I don't have anything to cover me up, right? And so if you have a dream like that, the interpretation of it is usually pointing to an area where you were vulnerable. And that might be an area where some inner child healing would be useful, going back to that age and writing a letter to yourself, to that version of you, to be that protection that you didn't feel like you had at that time. So that's an exercise that you can do. And we have exercises like this in our Inner Child Healing course and in 3D Matrix Detox course. So we have just been cataloging these exercises over the years that you can use. A lot of people dream that they can't escape something. So it could be underwater. You could be in a building that's fallen. You could be in a casket. You could be in a box, a dream that you've been buried. Anybody can relate to that one? That's common as well, and it usually symbolizes feeling like that you're trapped by a situation or feeling overwhelmed by a situation and you don't see an end. You don't see a way to escape something. The next top common dream is being chased. A lot of people dream that they are being chased. I've had a lot of those dreams too. It usually represents that you're running from something. So drop in the chat if you can relate to dreaming about being chased. It was mostly cats and dogs chasing me though. If it's a cat, it's usually a feminine energy that you feel like is hovering or not allowing you to be who you are. Sometimes dog represent the more masculine energy, so this could point to a masculine person in your life. It's not allowing you to be who you are. The last one was flying, which we already discussed. So I'm going to go to the next one. In a person's lifetime, we dream a total of 6 years. We spend 6 years of our life dreaming. One of the pitfalls of avoiding dreams is tension, anxiety, depression, and lack of focus. So if you have any of those things, dreams tend to not be as important to you. And they're more difficult to recall, which is why I gave the herbs and the crystals to help with that. Okay. For those of you who are in the chat, I'm going to drop the link for you to get access to the book. Okay. So I'm going to stop this part. We're done with the part of the presentation. Hopefully I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing here. All right. Now let me go and get the link for you to get this ebook so y'all can get started. Y'all doing all right? You can light up. Go ahead and light up. Okay, so I'm going to give you the link to the book and also the links that you will be able to use to get access to the recipe. Okay. going to drop that in here. When y'all make y'all recipe, remember what I said. Because however you're feeling when you're making it, the food is going to hold that energy. Okay? Who is this? I've made so much progress, but now I feel stuck. Yeah. Ashe Conscious Cat. Well, you know, the spiritual awakening kind of does have its highs and lows like that. You know, and I would say to you, continue to find tools to work with, and to be patient with yourself too, because a lot of times when we start doing this work, you want to be able to go ahead and just be done with the slow part of the process. You know, you want to go ahead and feel the outcome. And it don't always work like that, you know. Sometimes we have to be patient with ourselves. The recipe is what I'm looking for right now. Can you go to the drive and drop the recipe in there for me? So do anybody have any questions before we end? What y'all doing on TikTok? I didn't even know nobody on here. Y'all weren't even looking. I'm just like addressing everybody, but I say to you, y'all are getting the free version. So the only thing that you didn't get was the discount code. That discount code is in there too. Just drop the recipe in there for me and I'll drop the discount code. So I'm going to drop the discount code in there for y'all so y'all can get the shopping. Because look, y'all already know we spend a lot of money supporting corporations and conglomerates that do things that might not be the most beneficial to us. And then we look up and wonder why is so much negative shit happening in the world. You know, especially when you are powerful, spiritual people. Like, you don't have to drop the code in there. Y'all already got the code to the 30% off of everything that we talked about tonight and more. That code is automatically in the discussions tab when you got your tickets to the masterclass. If anybody have any trouble, just let us know. And we're going to drop the recipe in so that you can make your crown chakra pancakes. But y'all, we got to do better. Like, you can't complain about stuff and then you're not changing what you do. Because when that happens, you're basically being a supporter of what's keeping us stuck in these cycles of forced reincarceration. And I'm not going to say like reincarnating is always negative, because it's not. Because if you're learning through each lifetime, it's beneficial for you. But at some point, some of us want to be able to say, okay, well, peace out. I'm done with the hood part of the universe. Earth is like the hood, you know. You come here, everybody came here with challenges. Everybody came here and experienced some type of trauma. Everybody born, no matter how rich, what color or where, you have obstacles, because that's how we grow. And if we are continuing to buy designer clothes and just certain foods, and like, if your money that you work hard for, unless you into the feminine attraction and you ain't working, you just magnetizing that thing, because that's my preference. I do not like to work hard. I don't like to sweat unless I'm wanting to sweat, okay? But if you're working, you want to make sure that your money is being respected. And so you use your money as an extension of you. You spend your money in places where people are doing things that you believe in, where people are coming together and doing something that is helpful. When I first started awakening, I asked my ancestors and my divine self, tell me that one thing I'm doing that's slowing down my process. They was like, you don't know where to spend your money. And that was true.
Peace and love to all the beautiful souls. Thank you, beautiful Oracle Priestess, for all that you and
thank you.
Ernest continue to do. Much love and blissfulness.
Yes, I say. Y'all just drop y'all love in the chat, and we'll definitely be able to get in your questions too. If you have something, drop it in the chat. I'm kind of just talking for a moment. before we leave out of this. But if you got questions, just drop it in the chat for us, and I'll make sure that I respond to you. Okay, I can see the chat now. But yeah, y'all, so treat your money with respect. Spend your money in places that you feel like deserve your money. The more you do that, the more you become a high value person. And I stopped eating fast food. Like, I hadn't ate fast food since 2015. So, you know, I was just like, it's killing people. Fast food killed a lot of people that I care about. And I know in certain neighborhoods and stuff, it's hard to get healthy food and fresh food. You know what I'm saying? So just do the best you can. It's not about being perfect. Just do the best you can. Those foods actually activate the negative part of your ego. So you might want to show up in a way, and you can't show up in the way that you want to show up. Okay, thank you. You can't show up in the way that you want to show up because your ego is triggered because you're eating something that is causing you not to be safe. Your nervous system is created to watch for anything that's intruding and causing imbalances. If your digestive system, which is your second gut, your second brain, right? Both of these digest. One digests information, the other digests information through what we eat and drink. So it's going to be difficult for you to be able to process spiritual information and be who you want to be. I was afraid of so many things. Most of what I have done, I did it scared. And so I recommend to you that if you go do it scared. Everything you do, you ain't gonna feel comfortable about.
Can I ask you a question?
And yes, drop it in the chat for us. Type it in the chat.
Bluetooth connected.
And I'm gonna respond to y'all questions. A lot of us give up on ourselves. Do the best you can. You know, this goes back to the book, The 4 Agreements. Just do the best you can. As long as you're giving your best and doing your best, the universe will bring better to you. The more you love yourself, the more the universe will bring better to you. That's how it works. You know, so just stay focused on your heart. You know, the love. If you're feeling a lack of love, share love with other people and make sure that you're giving more love to yourself. And like I was telling y'all, the herbs, the teas, the crystals, it all works together for you to be grounded. Because we get caught up in everything that's happening, and it's a lot. Okay? I didn't think that I would live to see this day. After having 2 near-death experiences, over 75 staph infections that most people die from, even athletes who are in impeccable shape get 1 staph infection and die. I survived all of that because it was something inside of me that was unwilling to quit. I knew. And people, you know, I've had people try to play me. Like, you know, oh, girl, you ain't nobody. Who she thinks she is? That energy, that's love too. That's love too. It's just coming from a place or a space where somebody has been wounded, but it's still love. I don't have no haters. Everybody love me. Even if they don't know they love me because I'm love. I'm choosing to be loved. It does not mean that my decisions make other people feel good, because a lot of my decisions made people that loved me feel like they don't know me no more. That's part of the process. That's part of a spiritual rebirth. And you have to practice not being codependent and being okay with people judging you however they're going to judge you. And the more you do that, the more you loving yourself. And the more you will attract people who will respect your boundaries, respect you, and your dreams. Oh my goodness. My dreams now, they tell me what to eat the next day, what not to eat. My dreams done told me to not ride in the car with certain people who had an accident or end up going to jail. My dreams done told me when a dude was cheating on me and sleeping with somebody that was fucking disgusting in every way. No put down. I'm just saying everybody don't have the same hygiene. My dreams have protected me from a lot of things. So this masterclass was important, which is why I wanted to put it on every platform that I could possible. Because a lot of us be sleeping on our own damn self. Pun intended.
You got a couple of questions.
Okay, questions. Here we go. How to get past the agents in the astral realm when astral traveling? Great question. The dream catcher, the crystals, the four winds smokes. This will provide a barrier around you. When you create your crystal grid, put it up under your bed where you're sleeping. That's going to help with a lot of that interference. You will start noticing they see you, but they can't approach you. So recently, let me tell you what happened to me. I went into a dream recently where I went into this healing mosque. I talked about this in the tarot card reading I did for the Libra pink full moon. I went into a mosque, and the first thing I do a lot of times is look at my hands. And when I see my hands, I know it's me. You know what I'm saying? You know your hands. So I looked at my hands, and I was like, oh shit, okay, I'm here. What am I here for? So I walk in, and I see this monk, and the monk looked like he was healing people, and there was a whole lot of people in chairs waiting to be seen. So I walked over to the first monk that I saw, and I was like, can you give me some information as to, why I'm here? What is this? What's going on? He tried to sell me a Star David necklace. And, it was shiny. I like shiny things. It was silver. It looked like it had diamonds all over it. I mean, I was drooling. And I was like, this shit looks incredible. As soon as I got ready to touch it, my I Divine Self said, don't touch it. If you touch it, you're going to be ensnared in whatever they got going on here. You here to observe. So I have my crystal grid, my dream catcher, my mala beads. None of this stuff is like regalia. This shit works, right? So as I'm interacting with him and I'm listening to the guidance I'm being given, I took a step back. He had never seen anybody reject a gift that he was offering. If you have a dream and somebody's trying to give you something, if you cannot pause and ask yourself, your ancestors, your guides, like, is this something that I need to partake of? Don't eat it. Don't drink it. Don't touch it. That's my recommendation. It's just my opinion on what I think is the best thing to do. Now, it does depend on what spiritual path you're on. If you're walking the left-hand path, then taking a little poison might be part of your healing journey. But for those of us who are walking middle path or the right-hand path, and we're just working on healing ourselves and not really working with the darker energies, you don't want to take stuff because you could be creating a pact with them. And these agents can show up, and it's just like in the movie Matrix. They can change and look like whoever and whatever. So I took a step back. I approached the second monk. The second monk had a body sitting on the table. I thought he was healing, and I got closer. I saw energy going into his hands, not out. And the person on the table was shaking and convulsing like they was dying. I was like, yo, wait, hold up. If it would have been a preacher, because I've had negative experiences and I hear people who went through some really horrible things with preachers, I probably would have judged it differently. But because it was a monk, this was me getting past my own biases. So it's like, if it's a monk, I trust him. If it's a preacher dressed like a pimp in a Cadillac asking for money to build a building that ain't been built in 2 decades, I don't trust him. So my mind was showing me, Campson, you have biases and it does not serve you. Nothing is what it seems. So using the tools will help you to be able to do that conscious cat. Okay? One more. Okay.
What does it mean? She asked it.
What does it mean when you have sex with the same sex in a dream? That's one of my favorite dreams. Is that an incubus, succubus, or subconscious desire? I would say that it can be all three. A lot of times when we have dreamed that we're having sex with someone of the same sex, it's because that energy within us needs our attention, needs to be nurtured more, and needs to be embraced. So if you are female and you dream that you're having sex with a female, 9 times out of 10, you need more self-love. You need more nurturing. Your inner child needs more mothering, reparenting, right? Because that's the feminine. Think about the feminine principle and what it does. Feminine energy is very healing, and feminine energy also holds life. So this is you communicating through your subconscious mind that it's time for you to invest more in your feminine energy. That could be one reason. Another reason could be because you have a subconscious desire to have an experience with a woman, and maybe you haven't, or you had, or you're at a different level in consciousness and you want to have that experience in a more conscious way. In society and culture and in 3D matrix constructs, you know, the sacredness of sexuality has been just misconstrued so much. And so, you know, a lot of times we don't see that as being spiritual, but it's very spiritual. This could also be a symbol to you that you are a healer. Specifically, your sexual energy is very healing. In some of my dreams that I have shared on YouTube, were Isis and I was being taken to sacred temples, and we were having these tantric sacred energy exchanges with each other, and it wasn't always touching. It was just energy sometimes, and orgasms without anything under the moonlight, right? Those dreams were the first dreams that I started having, where I started, because I'm journaling them and going back to them, and I'm noticing how many dreams I'm having like that. And that's when I realized that in a past life I was a sacred whore, and I worked at the temple to help people to heal. When people were raped and people were molested, when people had miscarriages and lost babies, sexual healing was used to rebirth them and to heal them. Unfortunately, again, if you have beliefs that are very biased and toxic from society, it will be difficult for you to see that being anything other than what it is. And that's the practice for you to expand your awareness and consciousness and to see things from multiple perspectives, multiple angles. So yeah, that was one of the things. And depending on who it is as well, sometimes we're meeting in the astral realm to do what we can't do in the physical realm. Sisterhoods, we healed one another. We didn't just rely on the men that we were in relationships with in the ancient times. We would heal one another, offering the feminine energy to one another for healing. But again, it's been hijacked. So a lot of people have difficult time saying any other way of this, but we're going to be seeing more and more of this. At some point, they're just going to have to legalize temples, and a lot of people who do this type of tantric healing work, they do have a lot of trouble with the law, and they end up going to other countries. So it's safe for us to do this in the astral realm as well.
Femina 87.
I don't say the name. Yeah. Goddess. I got it. Goddess Shafina. Got it.
Okay.
I know who you're talking about.
Unmute. Tell her to unmute herself.
No. Just chat. Just put it in the chat, y'all, if y'all got questions. Okay?
Somebody want to dialogue with you. Okay. That's what they was asking.
This is live and streaming, so all questions are answered in the chat. If y'all could just drop it in the chat. And if you need more than what I can offer in this masterclass, you can definitely book a reading or a consult with me. Those are not open for the next 3 weeks, but when I'm open in 3 weeks, you can go ahead and schedule as well. And you will be the first ones that I get to. Let's see. Was there anything else? Also, can you dream as if you weren't you? Alternate self. Great question, Goddess. Yes. So I have had a dream that I was a little boy. I've had a dream that I was an old man. A lot of times you're picking up on past lives where you incarnated as maybe a little boy or whatever is showing up in a dream. But also it's an alternate reality. Remember, dreams are not bound by time and space or dimensions. So we experience our parallel versions of ourselves in our dreams. If an example, because you could also be dreaming of yourself when you were younger. In an alternate reality, you could have been born a boy instead of a girl, right? And so this is the multi-dimensional aspect of being able to connect with these different parts of you as you are doing the soul work and working on yourself and healing. When you have those alternate reality dreams, if you can remember anything that happens, put that in your journal, because that's going to be very helpful and useful for you to be able to make sense of some of the things in your life that might seem like blockages. So let me give you an example, because you will get clarity and learn how to make decisions based on that alternate version of yourself. I had a dream that I was a CEO of this huge corporation. Everything in my closet was black and white. Everything in my house was black and white. I didn't have no kids, no partner, no friends. All I did was work. I was rich as fuck, but all I did was work. And in that dream, I couldn't figure out why this alternate version of me made the choices to leave them there. And so I asked her, and she told me, don't do what I did. In this reality, the choices that I made, this is where it led to, and I'm not happy. I'm wealthy, but I traded wealth for happiness. And in the reality she was in, the timeline was different. So it wasn't, you know, technology was different. Food was different. It was like these capsules that they would just take, and they didn't really eat. They didn't have time to eat because they worked so much. So she gave me instructions on how not to end up like her. So if you can practice setting an intention to communicate with these versions of you, it can be used for you to make decisions and navigate in this reality. That was a real good question. Okay. Okay. So if you have difficulty being lucid, everything that we talk about will help you be lucid. But even still, if you cannot wake up in your dreams, it is still useful to recall the feeling and work with everything that you have available to you now. That's going to help you. Again, don't judge it. It's a process. Are you willing to practice for a year? Are you willing to practice for 6 months? Like, are you willing to invest in yourself that much where you detach from the outcome and you are grateful for the journey? That will help you gain more abilities in your dream state. As far as remote viewing, for me, using the techniques that we talked about, using particular binaural beats to get myself in a meditative state when I'm remote viewing, focus on the place that I want to remote view, and you're not going to really see anything per se. It's going to show up more so as a feeling. So like when I remote viewed into the underground about 6 months ago, and I did post it on Patreon because I could only put a snippet on YouTube because of what I saw. It didn't show up as physically me saying something. It was a feeling. So when I did it, I felt dread. Dread communicates. What does that feeling communicate? Well, maybe there's something that has wicked intentions towards you that's aware that you're remote viewing, right? So you learn to interpret the feelings to get an understanding of what you're remote viewing. And again, this is a practice and it takes patience. So don't be hard on yourself. Congratulate yourself for every small, thing that you accomplish. And a simple way to train yourself if you want to become stronger with remote viewing into somewhere that's not in your environment, one of the best ways is to use your crystals to do it. So you take your crystals, and I like to put mine up to the light, and you remote view into the crystal. You imagine what it's like to be surrounded by all of this purple, to be surrounded by shimmering and geometric shapes. And by doing that, you also increase your connection to your crystals. So that's a simple way that you can start practicing remote viewing safely too. Okay. Which one? Point to it for me. Oh, okay. All right, y'all. So this is the end of the class. Thank y'all so much for showing up. I kept sending emails out, and I'm like, I hope they don't miss this, because I worked for 2 months putting this together, and I wanted everybody to get everything that I could possibly give, since this is my last masterclass for a while until I recover from my surgery. So thank you so much for joining us. If y'all would just stay along, we go play some music. For me, music helps me so much. So I'm gonna play some music for you. We will be working on some new music as well. I don't know where you are, what you got going on, but take this energy with you. This is so important for you to take love into your sleep cycles as well, okay? We got to detach from the density, the fear, and the terrible things happening every day. It's not going to stop happening. We're in the underworld. The shadow that's been within us, the repressed pain, the trauma, and the fear, the ancient trauma, the karmic energy held by planets is being released. But it's not more than what you're capable of transmuting. It is not more than what you are capable of doing. And I hope that tonight, if you didn't get anything else, that you feel more free to be yourself, to be able to not have to fit in with other people, not having to, a lot of times, especially me, I tried so hard to fit in. I've been weird and unique my whole life. And I've been able to walk between dimensions my whole life. And I tried to hide this. You can't hide it no more. You can't hide it no more. Just be you, love you, and you will attract your star tribe. You will attract your soul tribe, and they will support you. And they go ride with you. And it ain't going to be no judgment for anything. You're just going to feel resonance, and you're going to feel more comfortable being who you are. So this is called the Kaaba Eternal Life Mantra. It's pretty long, and this will help you to go into a more relaxed meditative state as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play some of it here as we are going out. You can just chill with us and listen to this, but I'm telling you, the experiences that you have while you're sleeping are connected to what you're doing when you woke too. So this Kaaba Eternal Life, Kaaba is spirit, soul within the ancient Kemet teachings. And this came to me after having a vision that a lot of the water was being polluted. And that same day, the chemical explosion happened when the trains crashed. And I was riddled with grief about this. I have dreams where we don't have that much water. I have dreams where a lot of places that were rainforests turned to deserts. I'm sure I'm not the only one here. It hurt me so bad, and I had to put that into a creative form to transmute that energy. We will be uploading this full meditation tonight. I'm gonna hold myself accountable to get it done tonight, because I will be having surgery tomorrow and I got a lot to do. But tonight, I'm going to make sure we upload this, because the more of us that connect within this wavelength of unconditional love, non-judgment, and sacred space, the more powerful you feel, thus the more powerful you are in your reality, wherever you are. And shit will shift. Shit will get out your way. Things that you felt like was stopping you from doing what you was here to do, it's not going to be like that anymore. It's going to get out your way. All right? Trust that, believe that. You are powerful. You are so much more than what you see. She